morning, it's your vegan... Whoa, hang on. Whoa. Slow down. Slow down, wait a minute. It's your morning espresso. Hopefully, we'll see what happens. We're gonna read a little, we're gonna read some comments in a little thing called... We're gonna read some little comments in a little thing called a journal. Oh, jeepers. Technical issues up the lad. Anyway, sure, here we go. It's 11:02. It's the 30th of the 1st, 2020. My ban on Instagram has been lifted, so I can post again on Instagram. Woo! Their official reason for banning me was that I hired someone to do my Instagram, but I didn't. I just was fucking kick ass at it, and they said, you know, you're not allowed to employ someone to do this, and I didn't. So, bit awkward. But I plan on hiring people, so. Listen to the sound, vibrations all around, 'cause only you know what's best for yourself. 'Cause only you know what's best for your feelings in the air. Do you know you can't stop? Do you know you can't drop it? Feelings in the air. No, you can't stop. Do you know we're all connected through the ground? Vibrations all around. Oh. Echo your heart, 'cause only you know what's best for yourself. 'Cause only you know what's best for the feelings in fucking hell. Man, I don't want to kill the vibe, but the laptop was like, oh shit, I'm on 10%. Had to leg it over mid-song. Find the fucking plug for the laptop, plug it in, fucking make sure it was okay, tell everything was alright. Go back, fucking keep singing. Oh my jeepers. This is live, people. This is as RC Chimney Chimneys says, this is not a drill, this is live. Oh jeez, did anyone else see Dave Grohl just spits on the stage? Dave Grohl's like the singer of fucking Foo Fighters and all that. Listen lads, I'm gonna level with you. I've been up for fucking hours. I've been doing housework like a fucking hooer. I've been washing dishes, I've been putting cock in the oven, I've been cleaning the gaff, I've been putting out bins, I've been talking to bin lads, I've been looking up and down the road for postmen. I'm obsessed with the postman right now. I'm looking at my window, all fucking, you did the other side of the road. Right. He went across the fucking road and I saw him, I won't name any names, like he's a lovely lad. If he doesn't, for some of them, like, he knows they won't even answer because they're not home, they're at work at this hour. So he doesn't even bother ringing the doorbell. He just puts the little parcels behind the tree in the front garden. Now, I'm not saying, like, you know, everyone has their little spot, like, under the car or wherever their little secret spot is between them and the postman or whatever. But for some reason, I don't have a little secret spot for the postman. So I don't really know what happens. There's a whole lot of ringing doorbells, a whole lot of me coming down very naked, and him just being like, you just up, are you up long? And me being like, oh, what's going on? And then they hand you the parcel, and the joy, the absolute joy of of life and things. So I might turn up the microphone, will I? Thinking I will. I have the fear. What do we got there? Oh, Jesus, we're at 7. Will we try 8? Oh my god. The microphone up to 8. That's fucking... Feelings! Oh! I think we're alright with that. Man, I was freaking out before the podcast because the text, I thought I was losing my mind because there's a little bit of text on the bottom of the podcast that scrolls along, right? And I was like, every time there's this software, if anyone wants to do their own podcast, right, you just use this software called OBS. It's free, and you can also use this software you do have to pay for, but it's kind of like an unlimited kind of free trial thing. So as it's like, it's not free, but it's like you don't have to pay for it if you don't want to ish, and not even like a dodgy way, just like you just go on their website and just be like unlimited kind of free trial thing, but officially you have to pay for it. It's like €50, but you can have like a year's kind of free trial, if you know what I mean. Like, it's a long one. Anyway, so Reaper, you can use Reaper. It's you can use it today. Like, it doesn't cost you anything, and that's like, because you can buy, you know, the way like you have all these softwares that are like you pay €5, just. You have all these softwares, you have to pay it's only €5 every month or something, and that's grand, but then you've loads of softwares. So I ran many a business before, allegedly, and I know that once you start paying one little lad €1 a month, all that shit just piles up, and then you lose track of who the fuck you're paying and why you're fucking paying them. It could be like some fucking New Yorker newsletter, and you're paying €1 for it a month, and you're just like, oh. So I try to keep all my is it overheads? to 0 or above. So I try to use the open source software of all the fucking things. Now, there is a steep learning curve with these softwares, especially the free ones. So, or the open source ones. So, generally, like what you're paying for when you is like ease of use. I'd say when you're paying, so for example, for recording software, one of my favourite ones, I think it's like €700, and you have to pay €100 on top of that every year if you want the latest one. And it's my favourite software, but I had to stop using it because it was just making me fucking broke, like. So I had to stop using it. I won't say which one it was. There's a few of them, like. So I just went to like open source, where like, yeah, open source, and I moved also to hardware equipment rather than computers, because computers are constantly updating. Because what always happens is this guy called Steve Albini, and he only records on music on tape. And his reasoning is that computers are constantly going out of date, and they are, and it drives me fucking nuts, because I've countless hours and hours of recording sessions. But I was planning on opening them up and all this stuff. Like I was like, oh, the future and all this stuff would be grand. I'll fix it in the future or some bullshit, like years ago. So I've banks and banks of this shit, but all the software won't even run on new computers because it's so fucking out of date. So so it's a fucking shit show. Like all that stuff's gone. Ish. I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, if anyone wants to keep their overhead low, OBS and is the kind of live streaming thing / live green screen, all the rest of it. And the other thing is Reaper. So, and the great thing about that is I can go to any laptop in the world and just download the free software and work on my session off a USB key anywhere. Do you know what I mean? So it's amazing. I don't even need a USB key. I can just literally install OBS and Reaper off any laptop, not even signing into anything, just straight off their own websites, and get working. How good is that? Normally you have to carry around fucking hard drives or your computers, you gotta have fucking pre-installed. For me, everything's about workflow, and alright, I know this isn't a very good example. I know this is gonna get into music and synthesizers, but I just want to show you 3 things, because it's just fucking alright, so I'm going to try these 3 synthesizers. Now I know you don't have any interest in synthesizers, and that's fine, and for some of you lovely people who just listen, but these are 3 examples of just fucking. Basically what I'm trying to say is that a lot of my friends are getting into actual cassette tapes and shit, and Steve Albini uses analog tape because it always 80 years later or whatever you can go back and still press play and it's the same. Now that's in theory. In practical terms, it's highly flammable, costs a lot to store, fucking the sound degradates, I think is the word, the high fidelity, the high end rolls off. Oh god, there's less harmonics than digital. So yeah, I don't know, tape would drive me fucking nuts is all I'm saying. Tape drives me fucking nuts. But I like so I like hardware. Alright. So here's a little synthy, and it's a little small one. It's a little cute job. Now it's very small and it's very cute, but you can't get into all the menus and do all the it's very long and tedious to go. This is my kind of metaphor for music kind of thing. Alright, so I got, there's only like 4 knobs on it, right? For doing all the little things you can imagine. Like all the sub-menus. Same with a mouse, do you know what I mean? You're going through all the sub-menus on the mouse, you're like, oh, where's that thing? Oh, what's going on? Oh, I can't figure that out. Alright, so the same thing, it has like 3 little knobs on it, right? 4. It has 4 little knobs. And loads of sub-menus, just like a laptop, alright? You know what I mean? You go into any software that you like, whether it's anything to do with Adobe, Photoshop, let's talk about Photoshop, alright? So I'm going to compare Photoshop to synthesizers right here. So this is like a little Photoshop thing. All the sub-menus are in there, and this is Photoshop in a hardware version. So yeah, I don't know why I'm making up all these fucking metaphors, but anyway. So then I got this one, which is the exact same thing. It's the exact same thing as the last one I just held up, right? Yeah, these are all the same thing. These both have the same brain, right? I like this one because you can put batteries in it and bring it anywhere. It's fucking class. But this one right here, I'm not going to tell you the names. Or am I? This job, yeah, so this one right here, all the buttons on the front of it are for editing all the menus. Alright, so this, so normally you only had 4 knobs on the other one, right? For making all the changes. With this one you've got, I can't even count them all. But everything is completely accessible through just one push of a button. Do you know what I mean? Bang! It's all this stuff, big trends right now are moving away from computers and into kind of multi-touch surface and stuff. But what I like is when you don't even need a computer. That's what I'm saying. So it's just like, it's like fucking hands-on, tactile, fucking ape shit, making stuff with our hands bullshit, you know what I mean? So here everything is fucking, you can touch it. Hopefully I can get the power supply for this today. It's an absolute shit show. I got it second hand there off some lad, and I spent all night putting acetone on it, which is nail varnish remover, and vinegar. And then I forgot that if you put acetone on text, it's like, it's what people use for nail varnish. Yeah, you know nail varnish remover. But all the fucking text of the sub-menu started rubbing off then. But anyway, so you get the point. This has a keyboard and a brain, and everything's pretty much accessible through the thing. Alright, now we're going to get into the lovely stuff, where absolutely everything, this is going back to more analogy, this is where absolutely everything, you don't even have to press buttons and scroll, everything is just there, bang. Alright, so it's like, and then you have this synthesizer, which is right here, which is, oh shit, I meant to cover the name. Rewind if you want to see the name. And everything, there's all these buttons on the front. It doesn't even have a keyboard. You can touch any when you want to. But everything's accessible just from the fucking front. So, I don't know, it's all going back to this need for people that, you know, they work on fucking computers all day, they're fucking playing on iPads all the time, they're just like, fuck off, fucking computers. And they just want to go back to some old school fucking stuff. Like this synth that I have right here in my hands, this is from the big one I showed you with all the knobs. That's really old technology. Like, people don't really want that. People want this technology with fucking no knobs on it. Do you know what I mean? There's only 4 knobs on it. But the thing with this is kind of a preset machine, which means people buy it and they use whatever presets are on it. Whereas I want to create my own, just like a musical instrument, and constantly put my hand on it as if I'm playing like a fucking notes on a keyboard. I twist all the little knobs and move around. So this is as I said, these two both have the exact same brain and everything. They're just, this one only has 4 knobs to control the parameters, so it's literally like going through preferences on a gross computer and going through like my computer, and it's all fucking gross. Then we have the happy medium of, it sounds like I'm selling these, but I haven't even tried, whatever. Haven't even turned this one on yet, so who knows. This one, yeah, it's just 3 options. Do you know what I mean? So what was I talking about? I don't know, but I had fun talking about synthesizers. Wasn't this on? Alright, yeah. So yeah, that's fucking it, you know what I mean? I have no idea where that rant came from or where it. I think my default is just talk about synthesizers. I think so. I have the journal there ready to go. Someone sent me a picture that you know, the bottle of coronavirus spread to a local college near me called fucking DCU. So I was like, oh fuck, you know, fucking, is that really coronavirus going around? Because I was looking at documentary or whatever there last night about it and all that shit. So everyone's shouting on about it. Anyway, back to the point, or back to the tip of the shaft, if you will. Yeah, someone sent me a picture of the fucking, said, oh, you know, it's moving close to your gaff there, this big virus. There's a big virus in Asia or something, and it's doing the rounds. Anyway, clicked on the article, I was like, oh fuck, what's this? And it was just a massive black man, like ripped to fuck, with his cock out, and his cock was probably the biggest cock I've ever seen in my life. And I was just like, ah, oh, fuck, he got me. So yeah, that's the thing that, you know, when texts like that do the rounds, and the one that's doing the rounds of my one is, you send like fake links to your mates, and then you get them to click on, oh jeez, what's that? And then it's nearly always just a cock, which I'm okay with. I highly endorse. Yeah, but what was fucking blowing my mind, I was trying to get the old podcast working this morning, and the text on the bottom of the screen, right? People are constantly giving out to me for fucking up like fucking spellings and shit. So I was like, right, I'll get the spelling right in this podcast shit. So I was having a look in the fucking spelling, and for whatever fucking reason, I don't know what the hell I did, the text is now going the opposite way. Or is it? I'm so confused. For a while the text was going, I don't know if text goes right to left, doesn't it? But the text has started, finally is going the right way, but for a good while there today it was going the opposite way, and I don't know how I did. It just would have taken the biscuit, like. Yeah, and then I started getting to all subconscious shit, like I was like, oh, maybe it'd be really good to have the text going the opposite way. So my mate Scientology was watching the primetime special on it there. My mate Scientology, they opened, there was an old folks home being built in Meath, and then last minute, is that text going the wrong way, or am I just, what's wrong with me? I think it's meant to be going the other way, isn't it? I don't know. So I'm too dyslexic for this fucking reading carry on. Oh Jesus. Anyway, I don't know if the text's going the wrong way or not. I'm just very confused by the whole thing, and I don't know how I did it. There was a whole ordeal getting the text right. I was like, my mate was like, make sure you have Canterbury, and then I was like, Canterbury Light or Canterbury or this other one. Because fonts, people are so fucking anal about fonts, man. People are anal about fucking everything. I have my head up my arse for doing music shot, and then other people are fucking, they're saying, yeah, I like the podcast, but that font has to go. And I'm like, and loads of people say shit like, oh, I love the podcast, but it looks like you only have one set of clothes when you gotta change your clothes. And I'm like, you don't get it. But yeah, shut up. I was trying to watch 12. Was 12 Strong, that Netflix film? By God, it bored the shit out of me. I was trying to watch it. Yeah, I'll do a film review for the crack. Basically, ISIS are there, and your man from Thor has to kill all ISIS, but he has to do it on horseback. Alright? That's the whole film. We got a little bit of jitter. Alright, is it 12? How's this Netflix show, right? Alright, but yeah, so Thor is on the back of a horse and he's there. Now, it's a 2 hour longer. That's a new term we just came up with there. 12 strong. Alright, it's got all the lads in it. Looking for a bit of a synopsis. Alright, it's fucking, is it 2018? Oh, it's a bit of an old one. OGA file, something, yeah, whatever. Alright, so my film review of 12 Strong is, it's grand. There you are. It got a grand out of 10. I didn't watch the last hour because I tried, I was just bored off my fucking hole. And that's nothing against the film, like, I'm sure it's grand. Like, if you like looking at lads, that's fine. I was just kind of busy. I don't know. Anyway, so that was the film review of 12 Strong. Hope you enjoyed that. Yeah, they just go. Actually, there was some mad shit in it. Yeah. All right, I'll give it a grand plus. All right, so 8. I'll give it 8. All right, I didn't watch the last hour, but chasing ISIS on horseback. Fuck it. 8.5 all day long. Alright, I didn't watch the last hour, but fuck it. There you are. Vegan Steven Silver. What has this turned into? Some shitty film review? Yeah, that's what film reviews are going to be from now on. I was so bored. I wasn't bothered watching the last hour, but 8.5 out of 10. That's your man from Thor in it. He's on horseback chasing ISIS, which is literally the whole film. Well, okay. Alright. I didn't fucking watch the film. Alright. I was playing synthesizer for the whole thing, and I tried to watch it again, but I was just found it so fucking boring I couldn't. Basically, I'm chasing vibes at the moment, which I know is a bit of a mad thing to say. But, what does that mean? It means I can only listen to certain music and certain... It's like brainwashing yourself with positivity. Alright. That's it. So I try not to watch depressing shit, and it makes me feel a lot better, I must say. Okay. So I did a little bit of bitching on the podcast, and bitching's a lot of shite, isn't it? So I'm gonna try and cut that out. I don't know. It's human nature, and there's a lot of stuff to do with fake fights, and fake fights sell, and bad news sells, and good news kind of taken for granted. Did a Ouija board there on the Christmas special for Vegan Steven. Forgot about that. How mental is that? We did a Ouija board and we used the results to play poker. And then the fucking camera turned off like halfway through. And we kept going, unbeknownst. And the audio is fully up on the audio version, just, yeah, the video cut off or whatever. I think it was because we had poker online, a live game of online poker. So I think YouTube were like, cut the feed. That's what my suspicion was. But at the same time, I didn't really know what I was doing. I still don't know what I'm doing with the podcast. But you look, we're here together. I'm here with Ulink. And other things. I figured out a way, if I... Check this out, right? I don't know if you guys can see this. Right, it's kind of like miming. So I have a bottle of water. I have the cap on, so I can pretend to drink it while I'm doing an impression of one of the three guys, you know, the three fictional characters live here. I'm fictional, but shut up. So check this out. Vegan Steven's just having a drink of water, and then oh jeez, who's this coming in the room? So it's Jerry Muhammad Adams. Fuck. That's a very this angle is of my water is very subtexty, isn't it? Does anyone know what subtext is? Subtext is when you kind of imply sex. There you go. It's subtle as a subtle thing. They use it very strongly in perfume ads. Oh jeepers! When you start seeing it, it's hard to unsee. Yeah, subtext. They use it in music. They put sexy noises in background music. They definitely use it in ads. Fucking hell. Yeah, it's mad. Brainwashing just blows my mind. So, Scientology have opened up a drug rehabilitation clinic in Meath, or at least they were at the time of the primetime show, which is like a year ago. Actually, late 2018, so... Alright, I'm late to the party, alright? So, yeah, I was really fucking impressed with a documentary I watched on primetime there. It was called, it's fucking Scientology, it's on primetime, 2008, whatever. Yeah, I just saw loads of TVs just, giving out about Scientology. I was like, fuck, that is grand. So, they already got sued the fuck out of by some Irish woman who got brainwashed by them. And, the law system the law took the Irish woman's side, and Scientology settled out of court or something. Apparently it all started, Ireland gave Tom Cruise like an honorary Irish citizenship or something like that, and they had a little certificate and they just said, listen, you have Irish heritage, Mr. May Potter Cruise. In case anyone doesn't know, Tom Cruise got a second name from Penelope Cruz. His birth name is apparently Tom May Potter. It's an Irishy name. Anyway, so there's some trace there. So basically there's a big thing, we're giving the key of the town to fucking this film actor, Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise is viewed allegedly as the fucking prophet of Scientology. Oh god. And then what they're saying is when they gave Tom Cruise the ticket to Ireland or whatever, then Scientology came in and started doing their stuff more in force. Yeah, I don't know. And I had those interviews with Irish people who were taken into the whole Scientology thing and all that stuff. I was watching videos of the old, they tried Scientology in Russia, and oh my lord. As you can imagine, it didn't go down well for many reasons, and there was these lads on YouTube just going around all the like Scientology centres that were fucking shut down. I just fucking, oh my god. I don't know, I tried watching that film The Master, which is Joaquin Phoenix and some other lads, and it won like film of the year when it came out, all that kind of big awards. But it's basically just the founder of Scientology, and Joaquin Phoenix is like Guacamole is the protagonist, is that the right word, in the thing. So yeah, tried to watch it, couldn't watch it, I was bored to death. So I don't know, I was having a great time playing synth, and I want to play synth right now, but I have to plug out the power supply to fucking to turn the computer back on. It's a very sad story, isn't it, people? Oh yeah, give that a bit. Yeah. Sherlock. Man, the fear takes over, man. I gotta tell you, the fear is fucking something else. It's so important to take action. It's fucking stupid. I let this podcast become like a very important thing in my mind, and in order for it to be good, it can't be. It needs to be spontaneous. I can't let it be dictated by viewers and all that kind of stuff. I was just looking into the downfall of all these big YouTubers, Buggy2998 and all these other, you know, big YouTubers, and I was like studying to find out like what was their downfall, just, you know, so I can avoid it and shit. And a lot of them, it was fucking up with their audience. A lot of it was they tried to create this image. They tried to be a politician, create this image, but they couldn't keep up the image that they wanted, because they were, politicians are like Mars bars, you know what I mean? They have to be the same all the time, like Vegan Steven or whatever. But YouTubers are more like everyday people, and they're not professional actors, and they're not used to having to act happy for a long time and shit. So yeah, I don't know, man. Basically they said a load of shit, like they started hating on their audience, and no, okay, how it seems to happen is a load of trolls get in, and trolls are people who just kind of say, oh, you're shite because of this or that, or we don't like your beard, or green screens are for leprechauns, all this kind of stuff. Alright, Vegan Steven didn't invent vegan pop, it's bullshit, it's fake news. Vegan pop's been around since the 1300s. Oh god. So what happened to them all pretty much is they started letting their audience dictate their content, and trends dictate their content. A lot of these lads were gamers that I'm talking about. Full-time gamers on Twitch and shit. And they had fucking massive downfalls. Their audience was like 20,000 people and all this shit. No, that's just their podcast on the side. And they were all these lads are completely broke because they're relying on YouTube to pay them. Which is not going to happen. Sorry, lads. Like, they'll pay you a few cents or something, but they're trying to get ahead in life while being paid fuck all. And anytime they try to like get a sponsorship deal with someone, their audience just goes, oh, you sell out, oh. And then I think what happened to YouTubers is they tried to pander to every need of their audience, and they didn't know who they were. If you don't know who you are, yeah, that's what I think what happened to them. As far as I could work out for all these lads, they didn't know who they were. They went out and were kind of like, yeah, whatever. And the trolls just ate them up. And yeah, they kept fucking up their stuff and getting their channel deleted and all this stuff, because people just didn't like them and thought it'd be a laugh to fuck them up and all that stuff. And as far as I could tell, the only reason that the trolls and all that got a lot of power was because the performer acknowledged the trolls and kept in public going, oh, you're hurting my feelings, oh, please don't do this, which just made the piranhas more hungry or whatever. Anyone can be a troll, like there's nothing, like it's in everyone, it's fucking fine. Yeah, I think a lot of it just has to do with low self-esteem, like, which is fine, everyone has moments. Yeah. Alright. So, yeah. I know, there are people pleasing, that's it. There are people pleasing their audience, and their audience, yeah, it's like some kind of bipolar-y thing, because when you have a good show, your audience is like, oh, you're fucking brilliant. And when you have a bad show, you feel like shit because you had a bad show. But then your audience is also going, oh, fucking, that wasn't very good. That wasn't very good, and so on. So, yeah, and it has its own psychological effects and all the rest of it, and I don't know. But I think, yeah, I know for me anyway, I was taking the podcast a bit too serious and stuff. Here we go. Vegan Stephen podcast is a parody of a podcast. Vegan Stephen is a fictional character. All guests are allegedly fictional characters. All characters in this show, even those based on real people, are entirely fictional. All celebrity voices are impersonated poorly. The following language contains coarse language, and due to its content, should not be viewed by anyone. This is the Vegan Stephen podcast. It's the #1 podcast promoting positive mental health. It's not just for vegans, it's every day. Vegan Stephen house party coming soon. Vegan Stephen hats, Vegan Stephen underpants, 150. Vegan Stephen glasses. Yo, give the old subscribe button a big smash there. Smash that like button. Oh shit. And yeah, there you are. Take an action, man. As soon as you don't take action, you start doing stupid shit like fucking, man, overly grooming. I don't know, when I start avoiding doing the podcast, it's just been like, oh fuck podcast, fuck. And I just start grooming loads. And like I notice that with cats as well. If cats fall or if they're stressed, they start grooming loads. And people getting ready to go out grooming. And grooming's good. Grooming is good. So that's just something to look out for now. Fuck me, I love synthesizers. They're very good, aren't they? Oh, darling. So yeah, I was very, very, very happy because Scientology tried to turn the old folks' home into a drug rehabilitation clinic, where theoretically they would be trying to convert recovering drug addicts to Scientology and milk their family and so on for funds, and so on. So yeah, it's yeah, I don't know. They're also, I think it's from Fairhouse. Their one of their place was. They held a lot of events for the public. This is all in the RTE documentary at the prime time. They held like Christmas things every year and Christmas lights, and just had loads of public events to get people involved and get people in the place. And they had horrific interviews with people who they just went to the fucking event and ended up quitting their job to work there full time, and then they never got paid. They were treated like volunteers, but they didn't know they were volunteering. They were just getting brainwashed and all this shit. Yeah, mad. Looking into your boy Elron. Hey Elron. Elron. Oh, how good is Bernie Sanders and fucking Curb Your Enthusiasm meme jobs? Pretty funny. Curb Your Enthusiasm pretty good, isn't he? Fuck me. Curb Your Enthusiasm's like the writer lad from Seinfeld. So Seinfeld's like, I think it's the longest running TV show ever. Sitcom. At least it was a year ago or something. And one of the comedy writers off that has his own show, and it's very, very good. It's just that kind of situational comedy where he's like, I think for example, where he does a Bernie Sanders kind of, it's just everyday kind of shit. Bernie Sanders loses the fucking election to Hillary or something. I don't know how these things go. It's like a joke anyway for SNL Live or one of these things. Basically this woman goes to shake his hand, coughs in her hand, and then goes to shake Bernie Sanders, who's been played by this is way too many people, isn't it? There's way too many people for a story. But yeah, the lady coughs in her hand, goes to shake the president-elect's hand. President-elect's like, I'm not shaking your hand, you just coughed in it. She's like, oh hell no. not voting for you, and then it turns out that she was the one. He only needed 1 vote to win or something, 5 votes to win, and her and her mates didn't vote for him and all this stuff. Just general little awkward social situations, like people coming over your house and just opening your fridge, and you're just kind of like, yeah, that's fine, but it's just like one step. It's very close to being like, what are you doing there? But I don't know, it's all grand. It's like you were just about to say, see, like, have a look in the fridge there, but I don't know, it's a weird, loads of weird social things that are just kind of like treading on people's feet a bit. It's like, that's fine, but you shouldn't really be doing that. Like, your postman steaming open your, using the kettle to steam open your post so you can read all your love letters. That kind of stuff. It's legal, but it's a bit, you shouldn't be doing that. Actually, I think it might be fraud, but sure, listen, your friendly neighbourhood postman's a good man. Let him wear it. There's my uncle gets trades memorabilia for football around the world and all this shit. And it's this lad, I'm gonna have to make up a county, Wexford. Well, okay, he lives in the back arse of nowhere, and he's the only postman for the area. So, but basically there was a hoo-ha over whether the money was going through, because it was being paid by cash over post in actual envelopes, which is a bit silly. But anyway, so there's a big hoo-ha over, do you get paid yet and all this stuff. And it turned out that the postman, this is very Irish anyway, the postman's football team had either won or lost, I don't know how it works. And every time his football team's win or loses, I don't know again which way this works, the post stops for a day, the day after or something, or two, because the postman, who's in charge of post for the whole area of this little, like little country towns, like there's little towns and all this stuff. The lad who's responsible for all that area is fucking at home having a hangover, and no one will report him for reporting the post so late, because they're all mates with him. They all go drinking with him. Oh my god. Oh. So I don't know if you know, like, some lad in your road, everyone knows him, and if he was, and he's just a bit of a messer, like, and if he was your postman, like, everyone's friends with the fucking postman. Oh my god, they're very, like, all went to the same school or something. I don't know how these small towns work, but all I do know is I'm very confused about these jacket that I'm wearing. Anyway, wasn't that fucking mental? Just everyone's just friends with the postman. That's grand. That was just the Mr. Postman. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Mr. Postman. So yeah, there's a power supply for the synth or whatever. I have the synth here. Like I said yesterday, it's like having a Ferrari in your front garden and you're not able to drive it, and it's driving me fucking nuts. This is waiting though. Isn't it fucking impossible to wait for anything? I can't wait for a fucking thing. And that's where a lot of the power it's waiting, man. Waiting just fucks me up, man. But it messes everyone up. That's why, what's that thing called? Fucking instant gratification. That's it. I'm chasing instant gratification, which is a no-no. And that's why I let it in my head, and that's why for some reason I'm stalking the fucking local postman. Do you know what I mean? I never wait in for the fucking postman. Like I have, and I've always regretted it, and I have this time, and I fucking regret it as well. Dossing around the house for 4 hours this morning cleaning. I was like, where the fuck is he? Just kept going out on the road. Where the fuck is he? I was like, because I woke up, I saw him doing the post across the road. I was like, grand, he'll be doing this side of the road in a minute, and no, he just kept going. Come back. So yeah, I don't know. I'm completely neurotic about the postman because he has the power supply for my synth, and I'm dying to play it. Cause yeah, it's just like having a new toy. Alright? It's silly, but that's what I'm talking about. Cause a bit of laughing at waiting in for the postman. Oh my Jesus. Oh my God. Yeah, so I'll probably be saying like, might leave a sign out, just, you know, fucking leave it under the car there or something. I just need somewhere. I just say, listen, just pop it in there, but say nothing. Because I can't be doing all this waiting for fucking doorbells. Especially when I'm fucking mixing music. Because what used to happen was I'd be mixing fucking tracks for lads, and I'd hear knocking on the window, and I'd look around, it's fucking postman. And he's like, fucking, you taking this or what? I'm like, oh. And then I'd be like, oh, so sorry, Mr. Postman. Like, cheers, thanks so much. Like, because he fucking knocked on the window. How sound is that? But yeah, all I'm trying to say is I'm jelly of those peeps who have a little kind of big package post box. Because I want one. I want one, man. I feel I'm a very entitled person when it comes to my post scheduling. I was starting to get, like, I'm not saying this is like, oh, boo-hoo, poor me or anything, but I've been doing this podcast and what stuff for about 3 months, I'm guessing. I haven't like, I've been, like, I'm not saying I'm, yeah, poor me or anything, but I'm really craving a day off, like, really craving a day off. Like, last night, I was like, oh, I'm gonna break, like, I'm gone. I couldn't come up with a podcast yesterday, man, I'm gone. The head's gone. Oh, I don't have another podcast in me. Which is just fucking bullshit. And I'll tell you what else, it's all down to weird superstition shit, because I'm convinced that the reason why I haven't been as confident the last 3 days is because I haven't had my affirmations playing last night, because my iPad keeps dying, because that's the fuck all battery. So I'm convinced that, I've convinced myself that I can't do the podcast because I wasn't listening to this lad tell me I was class all night. Affirmations are just these things that go, you're a really good looking woman, you're a confident parent, and people respect you. And just voices like that play over and over and over and over to do the job. So yeah, it's just crazy how neurotic people are. It's just mad. There's a certain headset required, a certain pair of headphones that you need in order to do this podcast. There's a certain mindset or headset that is required to do his end. You need to think that what you have to say is of value, and once you have, you believe in what you're saying, then other people can believe in it. But if I don't believe in what I'm saying, it's kind of, how are you guys supposed to take me seriously? Do you know, that kind of way? So sometimes I battle with that for the, you know, I think it's more of a weird self-confidence thing. I think the only thing I need to put my mind in a position of authority and, not authority as in knowledge, as in, yeah. And it's not a natural headspace for me to be in, so there's a bit of internal conflict going on. But sure, look, what's the boys have to say? I get like that. Good to walk and clear the head. Ah, cheers. Or a good hour at the gym. Fair play to you. Go on, Murphy. What moves would you recommend in the gym for that kind of stuff? Gym's very good. I've never been, but I've never been to the gym, but I hear it's good. I hear it's yeah. And this is gonna sound awful, but I went on Instagram. In case anyone doesn't know, my Instagram ban got lifted there, so I can post on Instagram again. But I fell down some back hole of Instagram where there's just a load of women working out and showing their arse. Now, I don't want to be getting crude here, but it was just a bit mad because I've never seen. I don't really go on Instagram because everything I see on Instagram just fucking freaks me out. It's like, wow, people are so obsessed with just wearing the same tracksuits that say fucking Nike and having like a little energy drink. It just fucking blows my mind. It's just like, I've never seen people like this in real life. Where are these people coming from? And I don't know. You hear people giving out about stuff on Instagram all the time, and it is what it is. It's fine. It's just I was so busy, like fucking living in not social media land, that I kind of just I didn't know. I don't have any personal accounts for any social media because it just makes me feel fucking weird. You know, you post something and nothing happens, and you're like, what? So, the whole thing is fucking weird, and it's like some kind of chasing happiness and comparing yourself to other people and all this other stuff. Listen, you know, loads of people have talked about this, but and then there's a lot of therapists coming out the same people having real issues and all this shit. But it seems to just be, you know, comparing yourself to other people, which is where a lot of just keeping up with the Joneses, and what's the point with that? Like, they might be into buying shit, and you might be into doing something else with your time. Yeah, I'm talking about buying shit while I fucking rub my hands. Fucking hell. Yeah, fucking hell. Taking action, yeah. Taking action. It's a fucking tough one. Consistency. I must say, I was having. It's hard to second get. It's hard, all right. You got to follow through. Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Nah, pal. All that shite is bollocks. Stick the head in a bit of AC/DC. The straights. Lol. Fuck them posers. Getting fit is important, and obviously doctors do recommend it. Fair play. There's a quote for you, people. You heard it from the woman on the floor. Go on, Murphy. Yeah, AC/DC's fucking bopping, man. Yeah, had AC/DC playing this morning. Got to get in that. Fucking AC/DC so good. All that fucking clip, man. And if you ever try walking and listen to AC/DC, you just start fucking bouncing and walking. And fucking Angus Young, he's not a man for playing on the beat. He likes playing all that syncopation shit. Fucking love it. He's fucking good. The audiences that they have with the AC/DC shows is fucking insane. Apparently they're blacklisted by Russia as like a riot ensuing, like a danger to rioting, if you know what I mean, to society rioting. And then they had fucking Axl Rose fronting. Did anyone see Axl Rose fronting AC/DC? I thought it would be the best thing ever, and I'm glad they did it. But I'm also glad the replacement original singer, I think it was Brian Johnson, something like that, was singing. Yeah, but you look, there we are. So it's been another iconic episode of the Vegan Stephen podcast. I'll have a quick little look at the thanks very much for all the support, and I'm a big fan of oh shit, there's a video of myself playing there. Got a poll up on the Instagram page there saying would you play a Ouija board or whatever. Alright, so we just got a little bit of the golden swallow. I've seen a few of those in the back garden. So the golden swallow is that bird that's green, white, and yeah. Alright, so they're floating around at the moment. Alright, we got breaking news, my loves. Breaking news. Alright, my darling. We got some breaking news. Alright, breaking news is not working, so we might have to skip the breaking news. Oh, we're back. Crashes closing for protest rally to be docked state funds. Alright, there's an elderly woman there. No, she's not elderly. Can you say wrinkled? I don't think you can. There's a beautiful... Can you say mature? There's a woman. There's an entity. There is an entity who I will not comment on in any way in this article, and I'm moving on to the next article. Phew, that could have been a PC nightmare. Alright. Stars alleging for FG on Brexit strategy, but is anyone listening? Oh my god. Dear David Coleman, can I monitor my 12-year-old's phone? What's an appropriate daily screen time for a teenager? Alright. Wonderful. 1950s Irish were much more attractive than generation due to healthier diet. And it just says, top doctor. Maybe because they didn't have fucking cameras back then, they were better looking. By Jesus. The standard, like, when them Polish women came to Ireland, Irish women started stepping their game up, man. Irish women looked like fucking dogs. Dogs before them Polish women started coming. Then all the Irish women were like, oh shit, they're stealing all our men. And then the Irish women started upping the game, and then the Irish women were like, gorgeous again. But Irish women used to be just fucking up their own hole and ugly. Now, up their own hole and not bothered looking after themselves. And now they're just up their own hole, but they do look after themselves. So it's a big improvement. I like someone who, you know, looks after themselves. Has the self-respect. Who washes. I like people who wash. Now, Green Party leader says down candidate Saoirse McHugh's run on carbon tax. Alright, this all sounds like fucking painfully boring stuff. Liz Kenny, we want to talk about mental health. It's far harder to talk about mental health illness. Okay, fine. Okay, fair play. Revealed where Dublin traffic ranks amongst the world's worst or something. Oh man, I don't know if anyone's watched the H3 podcast before. It's like it's a hoot and a holler anyway. But they were watching this. I rob a lot of their ideas and shit. I rob from everyone. But what am I trying to say? They had they had a newscaster who almost accidentally said the N-word live, and they were talking about the famous basketball player who died in a helicopter. So I don't know anything about anything. So yeah, they just kept playing her saying the N-word and being like, did she say it? And I found it very entertaining. I'll effing bury you. McCaffrey, that's Mac-A-F-E, McAfee, vows to expose corrupt US officials and CIA agents if disappeared. Oh, McAfee, you interesting person. Alright, so that was Rush today. Jesus, alright, that was short and brief. And we got that old chestnut before we say goodbye. It's the Vegan Stephen podcast. It's the #1 vegan podcast. It's every day. Alright, here we go. Funeral mass held tomorrow for 3 children who died in Newcastle. Alright. FAI refraining package set to be announced this afternoon. Alright. CAB seizes Canada goose coats, Rolex watches and cash in North Dublin raid. Alright. Alright. Poll. Should free transport system be introduced? Tribute to basketball legend. Fair play. And... oh, Jesus. I was watching up this, do you know, the coronavirus? And the Chinese... sorry, when I say Chinese, I just mean whoever is in charge of their... government or something? Not government. PR. Because I don't know... Listen, I just watched a few fucking clickbait articles. I don't know what I'm talking about. But their solution, apparently, according to this video, was to just say the virus isn't happening and to let anyone travel out who doesn't have a temperature, and to take action against anyone who says there's anything happening. And they also shut down a factory that was making fake masks or something. I don't know. Listen, who knows? Fine Gael, Fianna Fáil and Sinn Féin have spent over 50,000 Facebook adverts so far this campaign. Is that even news? Like, I don't know. This is how campaigns work. I don't know. Alright. Video game loot boxes exposing children to gaming must end, says Fianna Fáil. Okay. Alright. The Examiner or something. Latest homeless figures, monthly drop. Show record monthly drop of 717 people. So there's been a 7% drop in the last month of homelessness. That just might mean they changed the way they do surveys. I don't know. Okay. Dublin is the 6th most congested city in the world. Alright. So, if you're worried about that you can't do something today or whatever, just remember that before this podcast, I don't know if any of you guys think I'm doing the cool thing or whatever, but you just gotta know that everyone has this fucking shit going on every day. Oh, I can't do this because I'm fucking tired, or we all have this weird fucking I can't do this mentality built in. It's fucking weird, but it's also fucking bullshit. You only get happy after you do things. You don't get happy before you do the thing. People, when I say people, I mean me, or some people got very angry at me saying I'm not people, because I keep saying, oh, everyone's doing this. Yeah. Anyway, listen. You're doing great. If I can do it, anyone can do it. So, you saw my first podcast, man. I didn't even know what I was doing. Listen, I gave you the free software anyway, so you know what to do if you want to do any of this crack yourself. There's the Make Money Now course there. It's fucking 25 episodes so far. I'm building music. Learn how to play music. That course is 37 videos and counting as of today. And then we have the Morning Espresso, which is up to something like 125 as of today. Alright, it's every day. Whatever God you believe in, may they look over you and all the rest of all those good things. Thoughts and prayers. This episode and every episode of the Vegan Steven podcast has been sponsored by the gods, Zeus, Scientology Xenu, and Jennifer Lopez. Pre-2000s Jennifer Lopez. You can't say that. Alright, good luck, much love.